All right, let's get started in our presentation tonight. I hope we are all ready. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that we are all doing fine, and I basically trust that everything is okay. Now, there is a huge decision. There is a very huge decision that must happen if someone is serious about changing their lives. And to me, I basically believe that this decision is very, very important. And if someone does not decide to take this decision, it's like things may not move in their favor 110%. Things may not move. Okay, I hope we are ready to learn, ladies and gentlemen. So, I want to talk about financial freedom. I want to make sure that I'm able to define what I personally could term as financial freedom. And I want to give you reasons as to why, as a person, I believe that it is very important for us to pursue this major call called financial freedom. And I'm going to use Royal Q as the guest to our learning today. And I personally believe that by the end of the call, I will have brought in the intention of what could be financial freedom in the crypto market space. And what I personally would basically take very seriously when it comes to financial freedom. Okay? And so, if you are got into the crypto world, if you have decided to make a decision to start your crypto journey, to say now, crypto journey or cryptocurrency is going to become my cash cow. Okay? Crypto journey is gonna be my cash cow. Crypto journey or cryptocurrency is going to be my gift of prosperity in crypto. Then, ladies and gentlemen, our ultimate goal in cryptocurrency is financial freedom. And I basically define this with the 3S of finances. And these 3S of finances is that you are able to travel a journey of maybe you are living what we call a suffocating financial situation. You are having a suffocating financial situation. When I talk about a suffocating financial situation, ladies and gentlemen, you are not in position to be able to pay your bills very well. You have challenges with meeting up your bills. You have challenges with paying your bills. Then it means you are living a suffocating financial situation. Then from a suffocating financial situation, it takes us to the second S, which we call sufficient. You are able to perfectly pay your bills and you're okay. Then we go to the last journey I call surplus. You can be able to pay your bills. You can be able to also have some extra money to live, to uplift your lifestyle. And so you want basically to reach your financial freedom journey. And cryptocurrency has that power. I have told you before, and I would like just to repeat here on the call about the three major points that I discussed the other day that I believe are very substantial to the cryptocurrency journey. Number one, yesterday was the 19th of May 2025. And it stands on the record that the Senate of US was able to pass a very important law or bill that will allow provision of a regulatory framework of stable coins. And I told you about these 5 factors that are gonna let money flop in the market. Number 2, I also told you about Visa and MasterCard allowing stablecoin usage. And I reminded you that MasterCard is now accepting one of the stable cryptocurrencies called USDC. And at the same time, Visa card is accepting USDT. Although this is not financial advice, I'm not advising you to invest anywhere. This is just for educational and inspirational purposes. On the other side, you also find out that if you go to Google and look at JP Morgan analysts, they've made an analysis that in the second half of this year, Bitcoin as an investment will surpass gold. I'm just opening up your eyes. And when we look at market capitalization, when we talk about market capitalization, basically, we are talking about how much money is available. So when we want to talk about the market capitalization of gold, we shall look at the current price of gold in the market times the circulating supply of gold above ground, which puts gold to a market capitalization of around $21.7 trillion by now. But when we go to the market capitalization of Bitcoin, we find that Bitcoin is seated at around $2.09 trillion by current. It may not add up in our mind as how the JP Morgan analysts think that the market capitalization of Bitcoin, which is 2.09 trillion, could surpass the market capitalization of gold. back to you as an individual. But like I've said it before, and I just wanted to emphasize that if you remember our graph of crypto adoption that we did in 2023-2024 cycle, where we explained the power of adoption, and we experienced this by Saudi Arabia deciding to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin just recently. It means that we are going into a war of crypto adoption. But if you want to chase your journey to financial freedom when it comes to cryptocurrency, there are basic things you need to do. There are basic things you need to do. Okay? And I want us to, because at the end of the day, our focus is financial freedom. Number one, question, and I need the answer in the chat. Do you have some money? If the answer is a no, do you have a business? Because if you want to talk about financial freedom, then you must be doing something about it. So the question is, do you have a business? If you don't have a business and you don't have a job, then my brother, my sister, it is upon you to take a decision to find an opportunity. So if you don't have a job, you don't have a business, find an opportunity. And the opportunity you could decide to find, ladies and gentlemen, is that subscribe to Royal Q, which could be only $120. But if you have a business, or if you have some money, subscribe to Royal Q. If you have a business, subscribe to Royal Q. Be part of a community. Be part of the community. It will be one of my partnering community, the superstars. It could be the crypto ambassadors. And once you partner with the community, number one, attend our events, attend our trainings, get into our system, enjoy our 3% 300x strategy, and enjoy our support. And while you are attending our events, you are attending our training, you are sticking to our system, you are studying crypto, you are trading crypto, you are building teams, and you are holding assets. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Because these are basic. Because if you are part of a community and you are not taking charge of the support system, because when you are part of a community, like today, we are able to learn something about how to find trades, how to find certain cryptocurrencies. We learn about fundamental analysis. We learn about sentiment analysis. We learn about market cycles. You are going to study cryptocurrencies for free. And not only are you going to study cryptocurrencies, as you study crypto, you are going to trade cryptocurrencies. As you trade cryptocurrencies, you are going to teach others how to trade cryptocurrencies. Do I copy? But at the end of the journey, you are going to hold crypto assets. And then you're going to have financial freedom. So your journey to financial freedom will include the learning, the surviving, the creation of a community, and the ability to hold crypto assets. Holding just means you buy some crypto assets, keep them for a long period of time. For example, out of reasonable doubt, if we look at the top 2 blue chips or the top 4 blue chips of cryptocurrencies, I could talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a blue chip. It's the investment of our time. And I usually tell my friends, you don't need much. You need around 0.1 worth of BTC. And by 2040, like it or not, Bitcoin could surpass a lot of funds. But look here, ladies and gentlemen, it could not be easy for you as a starter to just move from nowhere and then rise to these capacities I'm talking about. You're going to subscribe. And some of you have decided to join our communities, but you are not taking what communities provide: events, trainings, system, strategy, and support. These key are important because they're going to enable you to study cryptocurrencies. you are going to be able to study cryptocurrencies. And as you study cryptocurrencies, understand their fundamentals, their sentimentals, and so much that we do every day at 7:30 p.m. and in all of our trainings as a team, you're going to be able to trade. You buy crypto assets when prices are low, sell them when prices are high, and then you build a community of traders because your goal is financial freedom. You want to make sure that you are able to move away from maybe a suffocating financial situation to sufficient financial situation to a surplus financial situation. You are traveling your journey to prosperity, and then you're going to be able to hold crypto assets. There are blue chips. Blue chips, we can talk about Bitcoin. Blue chips, we can talk about Ethereum. We can talk about Solana. We can talk about Sui. Sui is where Solana was some good years ago. And because when you just come and hold assets, yet you don't have a regular, repeated, recurring income, you can't survive in the crypto space. You can't survive in the crypto space because you need daily income. That's why many people who have started their journey in crypto, after some years, they make funny statements. I was available when Bitcoin was at $1. I was available when such was at 0.5. Why? Because they have not been able to travel the 3 steps of financial destination in the crypto market space. Yes, they understand how crypto works. Yes, some of them are good at trading cryptocurrencies, but some of them miss the big gist of building communities. Because once they have the knowledge, then they transfer their knowledge into their trading capacities. After transferring their knowledge into their trading capacities, they build communities to empower them with the same knowledge. And at the end of the day, they have the power and ability to hold crypto assets for a very long period of time. If you are following, drop me a 1 in the chat. If you are following, drop me a 1 in the chat. Because at the end of the day, we want you to make sure that you make regular, repeated, recurring income. Because now you will have the power. Because now you'll have the power to buy cryptocurrencies and keep them without a need of like, I'm buying crypto, now my crypto has gone up, you are sweating plasma because you are going long term on the blue chip. Do you copy, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Do you copy? Do you copy, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Do you copy? All right. Okay. So let's continue. Let's continue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, across the world, RoyalQ has been able to provide a reliable system. RoyalQ has been able to provide a reliable system. And I want to emphasize, all right? So RoyalQ has been able to provide a reliable system that gives you the power to build a community. And this reliable system says, my brother, things are simple. Just activate your robot. You know, just activate your robot. And when you activate your robot, you'll be paid 30 USDT. And not only are you going to get paid 30 USDT, you're also going to get a 20% on their gas fees. You're also going to get paid 20% on the gas fees. This is very simple. Look here. When you are V1 and you activate your robot, you get paid $30. If you share your link with someone, But things don't stop here. When this person trades and they make some profit, let me give an example of $100. On this $100, they are charged 20% of $100, which means they will pay $20. On this $20, you who brought this person, you are entitled to 20% of this $20, which means you will be able to earn $4 whenever this person makes $100. As simple as that. What are you trying to create? You are creating residual income that if you transfer these $4 into, let me say, a blue chip called SUI, let me say when it is at $2, you'll get 2 coins. Even if SUI gets to $10, you are okay to keep your SUI until SUI maybe one day will get to $1,000. Do you see financial freedom? Let me know in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat if you see. Because why? You are not on pressure. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when you buy SUI when it is at $2, and this is the only money you had, even if you had put $1,000, and SUI gets at $2, moves from 2 and gets to 4, you are already excited, and you will sell. Give me a yes. You will sell. The reason is that you are excited about the profit, but you are not excited about the freedom that will happen in the future. Am I speaking to somebody? That's why many people play with Royal Q. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why people play with this opportunity is that they don't have clarity. I have made a statement today in the morning, and I want to just repeat it here because I usually see many people in groups complaining about my analogy. Because many people who join the crypto market space are just chasing profits. They're not chasing freedom. That's why they jump on so many shit things. Because when you are chasing freedom, I have already told people that success is centered around clarity and vision. Success is not centered about discipline. Never. Success is centered about clarity and vision. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask a question. If I promise to pay you $1 million for doing physical exercises every day, will you go there? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Will you go there? I tell you, look, my brother, I'm going to pay you $1 million if you keep doing physical exercises every day. Let me know in the chat. Will you do it? Why? Why will you do the exercises? Is it because you love the exercises? Give me some answers. Will you do the exercises because you love the exercises? You will do because you love the money. You will do because you love the money. You have a clear vision that I will get paid $1 million. So you don't need more discipline for you to be financially free. You need more desire. Am I speaking to somebody? I have had people who tell me, Julius, sharing the business is hard. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sharing because it is easy. I'm sharing because I have more desire. Because you love the money, you do the exercise. But does it mean you love the exercises? Give me some answers in the chat. Does it mean you love the exercises? You are doing it because of the money. You are not doing it because you love the exercises. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen so many people who tell me, Julius, I want to go long term on this particular coin. But the question is, you had put in $1,000, then SUI moves from $2 to $4. You will sell. Am I right? And after 10 years or 3 years, SUI is said to be $100. Won't you feel the pain? You will feel the pain when SUI is $100. But the question is, did you have the capacity and the power to wait until SUI will get $100? Let me know in the chat. Why? Because you are not clear. You don't have clarity. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, building a team should not be center-aligned on only money. It should be center-aligned on the ultimate goal of financial freedom. So when you share your link with 3 people, this is you. You bring the first person, you bring the second person, you bring the third person. And work with these ones to have 20 people in your team. Bingo! You become a V2. You become a V2. And I love it this way. I start the business. I introduce A. I introduce B. I introduce C. I introduce D. Actually, I tell my friends, if you want to build fast and systematically, share your link with 4 people first. Share your link with 4 people first. Number 1, you'll get back your $120 that you used to buy your robot. Principle number 1, return of money invested. Share your link with 4 people. Get back your $120. Now, if your vision and clarity is clear, and this is you, pick this one's link, introduce a person. 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 Tell them to give you back your $30. Don't be lenient to anyone. Never live with anyone with your money. Why? They don't understand the importance of building. So if they don't understand it, let them give you back your money. After all, when this person trades, he will earn. When this person trades, he will earn. When this person trades, he will earn. This person trades, he will earn. Pick this one is link, introduce a person. 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 Basically, they might be slow. They might be thinking about it. But for you, you are very clear about your vision. Do you know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? This is already 4. This is already 4 plus 4, 8. This is already 16. What's going to happen is that you are going to get one good person here, one good person here, one good person here, one good person here. The rest of your poverty is done. Why? Look, guys, let's mean these our 4 lines. You have put in the effort. You have brought the 20 people by yourself. Just keep reminding them, my brother, your team is growing. Think about it. My brother, your team is growing. Think about it. I'm going to give you also another formula. What's going to happen? When you become a V2, you're going to get $40 on everybody. So once you become a V2, you now have 20. Don't think about these ones first. ladies and gentlemen, first thing first, when you become a V2, introduce another 2 lines. So you have these 4 that are moving, introduce another 2 lines. Very important. What's going to happen, you're going to be making $40 for bringing this one, $40 for bringing this one. Whoever is joining under this one, because you are V2, you are going to get $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10. If you are serious about the business, ladies and gentlemen, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It is $60 minimum a day. It is $60 minimum per day. Now, you have 5 generals that you are managing. You are working with 5 generals. And every day, you with your 5 generals, you are doing major activities. And the things you do are very simple. I have said it to most of my friends. The things you do are very simple. Understand that these people, they may not be understanding what to do. What do you do? Either provide a Zoom or a WhatsApp link or a Google Meet. Let these ones bring their people for you to teach. Peter, here is the link. Just bring your people to the call. I'll explain the business. And as this keeps happening, money is flowing like nobody's business. Ladies and gentlemen, when I became a V2 with this formula, I started making $100 on a daily basis. I solved my problems. I solved my immediate needs. I solved whatever was around me. So even if I buy a coin, and let me say I put in a $500, I can keep this money in this coin for the next 8 years, for the next 10 years. And I don't care. Do you copy? Give me a 1 if you copy. Give me a 1. I'm not a person who's on pressure. I am not having sleepless nights. If it goes down, it's okay. If it rises, it's okay. I'm speaking about the goal to financial freedom. When I put, let me say, $10 in Ethereum, I will not have sleepless nights checking. I don't even need to check. I can check in the next 10 years. But question is, if you only have your $1,000 and you have put it in XRP, how many times will you check? Some answers in the chat. Some answers in the chat. If you only have your $1,000 and you go and buy XRP, how many times will you check? Question. Is it possible for you to be financially free? Because there is nobody that keeps checking a cryptocurrency that will not sell it. Can I repeat that? Can I repeat that statement? There is nobody that keeps checking a cryptocurrency that cannot sell it. And why does things? Because many of you, have you heard about that a whale who bought Ethereum in 2015, 2016, has become active today. Someone bought Ethereum more than 10 years ago and is now checking today. Is it possible if it's your only investment? Let me know. Is it possible if it's your only investment? You will sell it. There is no hodler in history who has bought any cryptocurrency. For example, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you facts. If someone bought Bitcoin in 2021, when, let me say, in 2022, when it was at $15,000, do you know that a few still have their Bitcoin? Do you know that a few still have their Bitcoin? When it hit $100,000, they sold. And now they cannot afford to buy it again. There are people who bought Ethereum when it is at $2. When it hit $2,000, they sold. They can no longer now afford it. How many are understanding? Why? Because when they decided to buy, their goal was meant to profit. Their goal was not financial freedom. Hello? Are we able to copy? So the reason why the reason why the reason why you want to build RoyalQ, you want to create an income. You want to create an income that keeps flowing. That even if you divert some funds, you are not having sleepless nights. You are going in long term. Is it okay? Let me know in the chat. So that's why now you're going to be getting $40 for introducing someone, 30% whenever they trade, $10 whenever anybody joins their team, and those who join under their team will receive 10%. Infinitive profits. Many people usually ask me, why do I build a team? I hope now it's clear. I hope now it's clear. Now let's go to V3. So you have been able to structure your business very well. You have 4 people brought by you. You have been able to build your lines. Like we said, you became a V2. You introduced 2 more lines. Okay? Now it means that for you to become a V3, you just need 3 V2s. One from here, one from here, another one from here. They don't need to be your direct. So if someone below here becomes a V2, well and good. But in 3 different lines. And a total of 100 people. By introducing new lines, number 1, you are going to get the 100 people faster. When this one becomes a V2, that is 20, 40, 60. So it is very easy for these remaining lines to give you the balance of 60 people. Even some from here, you have a total of 100 and you are profiting in an amazing way. Look here, guys. You share your link, you make $50. When this person trades, you earn 40%, meaning when they make $100, they are charged $20. On this $20, 40% is yours. Which means that whenever they make $100, you make 8. But look here, you are not stopping here. Those that are, if you are V3, these guys that are V2, in your lines. Whenever anybody joins them, you make $10. $10. $10. Whenever anybody joins them, you make $10. But you don't stop here. When someone makes $100 from a V2 line, you are entitled to 10% of the $20. So they make $100, they are charged $20. They are charged $20. On this, you are entitled to 10%, which means $2. So anybody, look here, this business is so sweet. You introduce someone is a V2, is your direct, you are getting 40%. So when they make $100, you make 8. But anybody who joins under them up to infinity, you are adding $2 whenever they also make $100. Do we copy? And you are not stopping here. What about these new guys you have introduced? Whoever joins under them, you get $20. And whoever trades under them, you get $4 up to infinity by an example of making $100 by profit. Question, do we have business? 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 Some of you may not understand what I'm talking about, but let me show you an example. Because unless this thing gets into your head, it might take you years to understand Royal Q. Let's take the example of the $235. How many of you see money flowing? And it doesn't need to be coming from so many people. I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't, the effort doesn't need to be coming from so many people. Now my crypto has gone down. I don't know if people are able to copy. Are we able to copy? These people do not need to be coming from so many people. But it's just by your understanding. Please, you can buy even with $1. I see people have already answered you, but you are not accepting their answer. You can even buy with $1. I've seen people have already answered you, but you're not buying from their answer. What they are telling you is fact. You can even buy with $1. So you just need to understand what you are supposed to do. Then the rest is history. Now move from V2, become a V4. Oh my goodness. Hey! And from V3 to V4, the team members don't matter. Why? From V2 to V3, the team members don't matter. So from V3 to V4, they don't. Why? Because you just need 3. Just 3 V3s from 3 different lines. Boom! You become a V4. And your benefits are huge. Why? Anybody you personally introduce, 60 USDT. And these directs of yours, whenever they trade, if someone makes $100, they are charged $20 as fuel fee, $10 is yours. Your directs. But you're not only stop on your directs. You not only stop on your directs, you also earn from your indirects. So this guy is a V1. Whoever joins him up to infinity, you make $30. When he becomes a V2, you make 20. When he becomes a V3, you make 10. Hey, ay. This compensation plan of Royal Q is really another subject. And you are still earning as they trade. V3, anybody who trades here up to infinity, you earn 10%. Anybody who trades and is from a V2 line, 20%. From a V1, 30%. And if you have a V4 in your team on the same rank, whenever anybody joins, you are not supposed to earn on them, but you earn 1.5 USDT from each up to infinity. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, but Royal Q is a gold mine. Once you have 3 V5s, sorry, 3 V4s, you automatically become a V5. So you had 8 directs. Just add on 4 new lines and see how money flows. Am I speaking to somebody? Am I speaking to somebody? Is this hard or it is easy? And see how money flows, because you just need to be working with your 5 generals to make sure that they duplicate the same system. You can comfortably withdraw money, buy Solana, and keep Solana for the next 10 years. Do you see financial freedom? Imagine what will be the price of Solana in the next 10 years. Imagine what will be the price of Solana in the next 10 years. What will be the price of Ethereum in the next 10 years? Do you copy? But the question is, if you have put your $100 in Solana and Solana hits $500, what will happen? Give me some answers. What will happen if you only have $100 and you invest your $100 in Solana and Solana goes to $500 maybe next week? What will you do? You will sell. You will sell. You will sell. There's no pretense. You will sell. It is not easy for you. Some of you just lie to yourself. Type reality, don't type emotions. Mumaze okuwuga kati mugende muvuge emmotoka. Muvuge emmotoka. Muvuge mpola mpola. You will sell. That's the reality. You can't hold the profit. Am I speaking to somebody? But if you have a source of income, guys, you see, he's here. He bought Solana at $10. He sold at 250. He couldn't hold it for long. Do you understand me now? Am I speaking to somebody? Because me, I know. He bought Solana at $10. By the time it hit 250, he was like, I had never seen this in my life. How many are understanding that in the next 10 years, many of you will not be financially free simply because not that crypto has not been working for you, but because of your approach and strategy? Am I speaking to somebody? Am I speaking to somebody? But when you build a team, a community, you have surplus. Do you copy? You have surplus. And since you have surplus, when you put your money in Solana, you don't care. Okay? You don't care. You buy a coin and you are in there for the next 30 years. And let the prices rise. Because Solana can go to $1,000, can go to $5,000. And there you will be talking about real freedom. I usually hear some. That's why me, you will not see me hyping NMM token. Oh, buy here, you are going to become a millionaire. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no shortcut to prosperity. Do you copy? Abadichi. Jangu mavi. Kamugamba kuwavugemu. Muno muwavuge mu mmotoka. Lwaki omuluma banno naawe? Tomuluma owulidde? Takuluma. Toddamu muluma owulidde? Kale genda okuge mu mmotoka. Temulwana, genda kuwe mu mmotoka. Muwe mu mmotoka avugemu. Sorry, guys. Just I'm staying home with the children and it's not easy. So, our ultimate goal of building a team is not seated on our immediate pursuit of results, but we are just looking for a way that could give us a financial power. We are just looking for a way that could give us a financial power to pursue our future in our hands. Like, I've given you reasons why markets are going to go up, and they are. But how many of you will buy a coin now and still have it in 2040? Because cryptocurrencies like Ethereum will exist. Solana has that power. BNB has that power. But you see, because we are not able to create an income source, it is very hard for us to be financially free. So sharing Royal Q goes beyond the profitability of the business. How many are following? How many are following? How many are following? Sharing Royal Q goes beyond just making $30. Sharing Royal Q goes beyond just making $20. Sharing Royal Q is that vision, that clarity, that ability to see where you are going, look at it like nobody else, understand where you are going. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you don't need more discipline, you need more desire. You need more desire. And going out there to talk about Royal Q is just desire. And last but not least is that when you have 3 V5s, the bonuses will flow like we have discussed. When you share your link, you'll make $70. You'll make $70. You share a gas fee of 60%. And whenever these people introduce their friends, you'll keep earning more and more and more and more money. And basically, when you become a V6 and have at least one V6 in your team, you'll start being paid on a daily basis. But if you don't have a V6 in your team, you'll not receive the daily money that comes from the V6 pool. Let me explain it a little bit. This is how it works. RoyalQ says, whenever anybody activates the robot with 120, RoyalQ keeps $10 on every activation. When it keeps $10 on every activation, when RoyalQ keeps $10 on every application, $10 on every application, on every app that is bought, it puts these $10 in a pool. The more V6s you have, the more they share. But to qualify for this every day, you must have a V6 in your team. So me, I don't have a V6 under me, but I see one coming from DRC. DRC is on fire. It looks to be a country in our team where the next V6 is coming from. The way these guys are running is nobody's business. I see the next V6 now. I see the next V6 coming from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I've promised the people of DRC, according to their pace of work, very soon I'm visiting your country. And so RoyalQ doesn't stop there. It will pay you every first of the month. Every first of the month. And RoyalQ says that on the total amount of money RoyalQ has made in a month, it will put aside 10% and share this among the V6. The more V6s you have, the more they share. When you become a V6, this is a guarantee. Here, you don't need to have any V6 to start earning a monthly income. But your reward will depend on how many V6s you have. I have a few V6, I don't have any V6 under me, and my reward is still very low. But guys with a big number of V6s, they make crazy more money. Let me paint a picture. You see, clarity is everything. Clarity is everything. Let me say you are V6. Let's calculate. If you're V6, once you get a V6 under you, you receive daily activated bonus and global dividend. But look here, if you are V6, look here, guys. And this is a V6 who has 2 V6s under him. This one has 3 V6s under him. This one has 2 V6s under him. Which means 2 plus 3 plus 2, that is 7. So this one doesn't have any V6, this one doesn't have, this one has 2, this one has 1. These have 0, 0. It means that you who's here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 V6s in your team. That has always been my ultimate goal. You have 10 V6s in your team. Look here, guys. Let's dig deep. If you have 10 V6s in your team, and let us say, RoyalQ sells 5,000 robots. 5,000 robots. 5,000 robots. And each, it puts aside 10 USDT. By minimum, your share will not be less than $25,000 in a day. What about the 10%, the monthly income from the team rewards? Hey, hey. Ay, 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 ay. It is 10%. The money is unlimited. That's why many people have asked me, why are you V6 and you're still working? My friend, the vision, the clarity, the goal of financial freedom is where the focus is. Are we together? How many have been able to learn something today? How many have been able to learn something today? How many have been able to learn something today? So, I usually listen to people who say, buy and keep. But I want to promise you, I see a hand here. I see people who usually say, tell people, buy and keep. But my friend, it is not easy when you get in profit. All right, so my network was off. My network was off. But I hope you were able to learn something. Any question before we call it a day? Any question before we call it a day? Questions? Questions before we call it a day? Questions before we call it a day? If no questions, ladies and gentlemen, allow me wish you all the best. I may not be able to add on something. Those of you are asking me, how do I buy? How do I keep? I believe see you on Friday. Friday evening class. That's when I go off RoyalCube. And then we can talk about wallets, DeFi. So, but I wish you all the best. What could be my first buying amount? $5. Divide 5 by 70 to get the number of margin calls. So, with that said and done, I wish you all the best. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.